Minnesota Vikings fans, I don't know about you, but it feels like the pressure on head coach Kevin O'Connell has reached an absolute breaking point this season. With the front office shakeup behind us, we are officially staring down a roster loaded with 10 key contributors playing for their financial futures in 2026. This isn't just about winning games anymore, because the looming contract decisions for stars like Kyler Murray and Jordan Addison will define the next era of this franchise. I am Lucas, and I want to hear your thoughts, so please hit the like button, subscribe, and drop your name and city in the comments. Let's get into it. The Minnesota Vikings are entering a season defined by heightened expectations, as head coach Kevin O'Connell faces immense pressure without the buffer of former general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. For us fans, the reality is that the scapegoating of the front office means there are no more excuses for a team that has failed to secure a single playoff win under his tenure. Despite making the postseason in even-numbered years with at least 13 wins, the stakes have never felt higher. And here's why that's a big deal. The roster is currently packed with 10 key contributors entering the final year of their contracts, creating a volatile environment where individual financial futures are tied directly to our success on the field. From the veteran leadership of TJ Hawkinson, whose production needs to rebound following his return from a serious injury, to the high-stakes debut of Kyler Murray, who is looking to revitalize his career on a league minimum deal, the locker room is filled with players fighting for their next payday. We are watching a pivotal crossroads for Jordan Addison and other cornerstones who must prove their value while navigating the complex salary cap landscape. The frustration among the fan base is palpable because we have grown tired of waiting for a breakthrough that always seems just out of reach. While we analyze these contract year scenarios, we have to look deeper at the internal dynamics of the coaching staff itself. If O'Connell is truly on the hot seat, how much autonomy does the new general manager Nolan Teasley actually possess when it comes to roster construction? And could this power struggle jeopardize our long-term stability? That looming question brings us to a reality that might be even more uncomfortable than we realize as we examine the fragile foundation of this current regime. Kyler Murray represents the most volatile gamble in Vikings history, arriving on a league minimum deal after the Arizona Cardinals opted to absorb the bulk of his 2026 salary. We have seen this organization attempt to bridge quarterback gaps before, but the circumstances surrounding Murray feel entirely unique because of the immense pressure now resting on the shoulders of head coach Kevin O'Connell. With general manager Nolan Teasley at the helm, the front office is clearly prioritizing a high-ceiling veteran to stabilize the position, while J.J. McCarthy develops behind the scenes. This is a cold, calculated bet that Murray can mirror the success we recently witnessed from other journeymen who found rejuvenation in Minnesota. Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. If Murray fails to secure the starting role during camp, the entire offensive strategy for the 2026 season could crumble before the first kickoff. Behind closed doors, the staff is likely debating whether the physical tools that once defined Murray's career can truly overcome the durability concerns that have plagued him since he entered the league. He is playing for his professional life, knowing that a poor showing would almost certainly mark the end of his tenure as a viable starter in this league. Much like the uncertainty that defined previous rebuilding cycles, we are waiting to see if this veteran can master the complexities of the playbook faster than his predecessors. If he plays with the poise we expect from a former top pick, he creates a massive financial dilemma for owner Zygi Wilf regarding whether to lock him into a long-term deal or pivot toward younger assets. We are entering a season where the margin for error is razor thin, and the performance of our quarterback will dictate whether this team remains a legitimate contender or slides further into the unknown. The turning point for our franchise has arrived as Kevin O'Connell faces a make-or-break campaign that will define the legacy of this coaching staff. With the front office landscape reset, the pressure is squarely on the roster to convert potential into postseason success, ensuring our veteran core delivers on their immense financial investments. This shift forces immediate changes to our depth chart, as players like Blake Cashman and TJ Hawkinson are playing for their professional futures, while newcomers like Kyler Murray compete to anchor our offensive identity. What nobody is talking about is how these contract scenarios impact our weekly preparation against division rivals like the Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers. These players are fighting for their livelihoods, which provides a unique edge that could decide narrow outcomes in high-stakes games. The ripple effect of these expiring deals means our cap flexibility for 2027 rests on how these 10 individuals perform throughout the next 18 weeks. If our defensive leaders like Isaiah Rodgers can replicate their top-tier PFF grades, we solidify our standing in a competitive NFC North. Conversely, if our key offensive weapons fail to find rhythm with our new starting quarterback, our path to the playoffs becomes significantly more difficult to navigate. We need consistent production from every veteran on this list to avoid a major rebuild during the upcoming offseason. It is a fragile balance between maintaining our competitive window and planning for the long-term health of the roster under our new general manager. Every snap carries extra weight because the margin for error is razor thin in a league that shows no mercy to teams stuck in the middle. We are counting on these individuals to elevate their play and prove they belong in the future plans of this organization as we push toward a championship run. The situation surrounding Kyler Murray is the ultimate high-stakes gamble for this organization. The primary argument for his success is simple. He has inherited the most talented supporting cast of his professional career, and he is playing for a proven head coach who has demonstrated an ability to maximize quarterback potential. Think about it this way. If he recaptures his early career form, we are looking at an electric playmaker capable of leading this offense to a deep playoff run. The risk, however, is impossible to ignore. His arrival creates a direct internal conflict with J.J. McCarthy, and if the chemistry does not click immediately, the locker room could face an unnecessary distraction. League analysts and various observers around the NFL are split on this pivot, with some suggesting that the team should have committed fully to the youth movement, while others, like those at Pro Football Focus, argue that the veteran floor he provides is necessary for Kevin O'Connell to save his job after the front office shakeup. Personally, I find the narrative that he is a guaranteed upgrade over our younger options to be quite overblown. While he offers immediate experience, the sheer amount of pressure placed on a one-year rental is immense, and I worry that our long-term goals are being sacrificed for a short-term fix. Here's where I land on this. While the talent is undeniably there, the transition period for a new quarterback in a complex system like ours is rarely as seamless as the front office hopes. If he does not perform at a Tier 1 level by mid-season, the debate over who should be under center will quickly turn toxic. We need him to be the veteran leader we signed, or this entire season could spiral away before we even hit the winter months. The future of this franchise is currently at a fascinating crossroads as we prepare for the upcoming season under the leadership of Kevin O'Connell and General Manager Nolan Teasley. We are witnessing a clear shift toward a roster defined by high-stakes accountability, where the performance of veterans like Kyler Murray, TJ Hawkinson, and Blake Cashman will dictate our long-term competitive ceiling. Let's be real, the front office is no longer looking for long-term project players, but rather immediate, proven production to help us finally secure that elusive playoff victory. As Minnesota Vikings fans, you should feel a sense of cautious optimism because the team is intentionally avoiding bloated, multi-year anchors, opting instead to let these players prove their worth on the field. This strategy creates a hungry, motivated locker room, where every single snap impacts a player's financial future. While it is certainly stressful to see so many key contributors playing on expiring deals, it is also the most honest path to building a sustainable winner under the guidance of Ziggy Wilf. We have the defensive versatility and the offensive schemes in place to compete with anyone, provided these athletes execute as expected. The sheer volume of contract year talent provides us with a unique opportunity to see who truly wants to remain part of the foundation here in Minneapolis for the coming years. With all of these high-profile names fighting to prove their value, I have to ask you, do you believe Kyler Murray will secure a long-term extension with the Vikings, or will we be searching for a new quarterback next offseason? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Skol. I'll see you in the next one.